Hello and welcome to week 3 of the WPF Delta Draft League. My name is Scribbles, I'm coach of the Colorado Cabalions, and this week we are up against Thomas. Taking a look at Thomas's team, he has a lot of pretty strong threats, so Mega Floette and Archaludon are kind of the main hitters. Mega Crabominable as well on the Trick Room side of things. I'm using it in another league, it's been really awesome for me, so I think it's definitely a threatening mon. The rest of the way, it's Pelipper and Sableye to support the Archaludon mode, although Sableye can also do a lot of other tricky, annoying things. Mimikyu is a good Trick Room setter. Raichu gives them some Lightning Rod support. Ariados, Redirection. Weirdier as a little Trick Room support. Intimidate as well. And then Drampa is kind of anti-weather, another Trick Room abuser. Looking at the matchup, my initial thought is I pretty much have to go Trick Room. I don't have a really strong fast mode into this team, so I don't really have mons that hit super hard, and I think I have the advantage in Trick Room despite them having Crabominable, because I have a Camerupt that will outslow in Trick Room and can put up some huge damage. So that was the basic strategy of the team here. Kind of going through the sets, leading off with Corviknight here. This is a Bulk Up Leftovers Ironhead Body Press set. The general idea here is with Leftovers and Bulk Up, I may be able to force through Archaludon if I can get the weather down or if I have redirection support. And so I think it's +2 this 2-hit KO, or +1 this 2-hit KO. So you get +1 defense, body press. It does enough damage that even with the stamina boost, the next body press should KO. I believe that was max HP. Ironhead there is for Floette. I think at +1 with this attack investment, it should be a guaranteed KO on non-defense invested, so I think like max HP, that type of thing. That's kind of the general idea. It's mostly just a leftovers number for HP, a jump point for defense that achieved that calc that I mentioned with Archaludon with body press, and then the rest is dumped in attack. Sinistcha here is pretty much a support mon for the most part. It's going to function as a redirector for some of the electric attacks coming from Archaludon that would really hurt Corviknight or Primarina. Should also be able to redirect water attacks away from Camerupt, which will be really useful. So Trick Room, Rage Powder are primarily going to be the buttons I click. I have Matcha Gotcha and Shadow Ball, mostly just so that I'm not dead on the field. I would have put something else over Shadow Ball, but to be honest, there weren't any good support moves that I really liked or thought were really good here. I could have put Protect, which is another move to potentially consider. So I thought I'd go with Shadow Ball just so I had a little bit of damage into Archaludon if I needed it kind of late game or something along those lines. But again, primarily a Trick Room setter with Rage Powder support. This Spadef investment allows me to survive Pelipper Hurricanes, things along those lines. I think I also guarantee live like a max attack or max special attack, modest Light of Ruin from Floette. But more or less, this is just a ton of special defense and a little token defense investment with a Citrus Berry number for recovery there. And then Hospitality in case I'm switching in and out. Heat Proof didn't have a ton of uses. There isn't even a fire type on the opposing team, so it potentially could come up, but it's very unlikely. Camerupt here, running Heat Wave, Earth Power, Ancient Power, Protect, with just basically a max spread. I don't need to go minus Nature on the speed to outslow Crabominable, so I went minus attack for the chance that there's a foul play from a Sableye or something like that. Heat Wave over Earth Power because I can envision a lot of scenarios where I get damaged but still want strong fire. Earth Power is obviously my best attack into Archaludon. It's a really strong move in general. It's my strongest attack into pretty much everything on the opposing team. And then Ancient Power gives me coverage for Pelipper. This can OHKO an offensive Pelipper. I think max HP it never OHKO, so I'll need some chip. But with these 3 attacks, they can hit pretty much everything on their team for pretty good damage, and this is going to be my main damage source in this game. And then I have Magma Armor, just in case I'm switching into an Ice Beam or something, pre-Mega. Primarina is a Calm Mind, Hyper Voice Moonblast set with Liquid Voice and a Wilcan Berry. The max HP in Wilcan means I can survive Electroshot and Thunder Punch. Electroshot from Archaludon and Thunder Punch from Crabominable really comfortably, which gives me some HP left to still do damage the rest of the way. +1 Moonblast should OHKO max HP Pelipper and no bulk Archaludon. I don't think no bulk Archaludon's coming, but it's still really good damage. And then just Protect for kind of avoiding attacks, trying to keep my Oconberry intact while I do damage with other Pokemon. Tinkaton is here mostly as lead to help get Trick Room up. It immensely threatens the Floette. Gigaton Hammer is a pretty easy OHKO. Play Rough gives me some damage into Sableye. Really bulky Sableyes can take one. I have Fake Out and I have Encore. So the idea behind Encore is if I get Trick Room up into some of their faster mons, like an Arcalodon or something like that, that's just protected in front of a Fake Out, I have the chance to lock them into a move that they probably wouldn't want to go for otherwise. And then I have Lumberry. I feel like Sableye might be running Will-O-Wisp this week to try and hit Tinkaton specifically. It's a huge threat to Floette and just an annoying mon in general for them to deal with. So I have Lumberry. To be honest, with Citrus Berry taken, I didn't see too many other great options. There's no damage reduction I really need here. Things like Mega Carbonal can run like Earthquake or something like that, but I wasn't super worried about it. And then the last set is Oranguru. This is a very weird set. The investment's not weird, so we'll start there. The Mental Herb, Inner Focus, and then plus Spadef with just a lot of investment in defense and HP. So the plus Spadef actually hits a jump point. You can't really see it because there's no invest, but that's 141 to 143 is a jump point. This max HP and just plus Spadef, I exactly live the modest Light of Ruin. And then with the defense and HP, it gives me just general physical bulk. So this is kind of my physically bulky Trick Room setters, and it's just kind of my specially bulky Trick Room setter. Kind of weird because their investments are inverse of that, but it felt like the threats to Sinistcha were more on the special side, and the threats to Oranguru, I guess, are more on the physical side. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of balance the physical and special defense of my Trick Room setters. The set's really weird. So Thunderbolt with 2 special attack investment does OHKO max HP Pelipper. Clearing Pelipper is going to be vitally important for my team just because it's a huge threat into Camerupt. It has spread water moves that can hit Camerupt past things like Rage Powder. And then it setting the rain really unleashes Arcalodon to hurt my team. So that's the next move on the set is Sunny Day. So Sunny Day is basically just to frustrate Arcalodon. If Arcalodon can't go for its electric moves, or at least it can't go through for its electric moves very efficiently, it really loses a lot of damage output into my team. So Corviknight with Protect, not in the rain, can basically just stall it out because it can boost up very slowly, but it's not going to be able to break through with something like Draco Meteor or Flash Cannon or kind of the other standard spread you would think other sets it would bring. Primarina is kind of a similar case. If it can't use a 1-turn Electroshock, it's going to have a lot of trouble breaking through. So general idea is I could use Oranguru to KO Pelipper, set Trick Room, maybe set Sunny Day, and then last option here is just Instruct to kind of boost the damage from either Primarina or Camerupt, which will be my main damage dealers once Trick Room is set up. So general idea here, let's get Trick Room up, let's try and do a bunch of damage with Camerupt from Primarina and Tinkaton, and maybe just Protect with Sinistcha redirecting things away. And Corviknight's likely not going to come, but it has some utility into Arcalodon. If for whatever reason I find that Primarina and Tinkaton aren't the most useful, it's kind of the double fairy damage, and water isn't great into their team, so I can see a scenario where Corviknight comes over one of them. But yeah, that's the team. Let's get into the battle. I'm not the most keen on my team or the matchup here. I think I gotta make some changes, to be honest. I need more threats. Like, I have a lot of Pokemon that can support and Pokemon that can do a bit of damage, but it's like I have 10 mons that work well together, but I don't have good modes for it. But anyway, we'll worry about that next week. Alright, what did he end up bringing here? Okay, he's got Raichu, he has a Azumarill, no Arcalodon, which is okay for me. I don't mind that. Trickling looks decent. The Wakanberry will still be good on Primarina. I mean, I wonder if I just Calm Mind Rage Powder here. So they're going to lead their Fake Out, I imagine. I'm pretty sure I'll want to get Trick Room up. I guess it'll be interesting to see what they lead with. If they lead with Sableye or Raichu. I think I'm going to lead these two. Man, leaving Tinkaton is a tough call, though. Because it just has such good damage into. Let's go with these four. This Tinkaton just really good damage into Floette. It's interesting to look at Arcalodon. I definitely prep for it a lot because Electroshock's just immensely threatening. See what they lead with here. Okay, Pelipper, Raichu. I feel like I get Trick Room here. I don't know how they could stop Trick Room at this moment. So I'm gonna fake out into the Pelipper. I could have Whirlwind or something like that, I guess. Thunder isn't gonna kill me. I have Inner Focus, so Fake Out won't stop Trick Room. So like Whirlwind or like Fake Out plus Whirlwind, I guess would be the worst case scenario. That's like the only thing I can see. Weather Ball's not gonna do it. Okay, so I got Trick Room up, which is good. That's a lot of damage. Bring up the damage calc here while this is going on. All right, let's try and figure out what that Pelipper spread is. Now that's really offensive. So it's probably modest max. Sunny Day doesn't really help me here. I obviously can't. I am going to switch into Sinistcha. Oh god. And I am going to Encore the Raichu and Fake Out. So Hurricane would be bad, obviously. But a little Hospitality healing. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so he's Encore into that. What does Sinistcha plus Tinkaton? I don't think it'll quite KO. But they have to switch into this. I could Encore him into Weather Ball again. I don't know if that's the best move. They're gonna have Hurricane. I don't outslow either, so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, if I have to sack Sinistcha here, that's fine. I really need to stop missing that attack. Might get me out of range of Hurricane. It'll be close. I did, okay, nice. Okay, so Machagacha should KO there. If they get the struggle KO, okay. Would have been so bad. All right, so let's not. God, I probably should just Shadow Ball here. I'm gonna play rough here in case they wide guard. I don't think they should. I think they should just attack. Yeah, okay, cool. So this will let Raichu struggle more, I guess, which I'm fine with. Unless this play rough misses, of course. They are stalling Trick Room pretty well here. Okay, I do hit. The Pelipper's gone. He doesn't want to switch in with the crit on the struggle, which is funny. The Trick Room's still up, so I can just encore that slot again. Wants to keep Raichu alive. Well, I mean, I don't know why he's stuck in with Raichu there. He gave up 50% of his health to not really do anything damage-wise. I'll check how many turns of Trick Room are left. So this makes me think that he probably has Floette and what's his other fast mode mod? Yeah, there's a Floette. So this is the last turn of Trick Room. I'm gonna go ahead and Matcha Gotcha, and I'm actually gonna switch out into a wrong Burrow here. Because I want to keep Fake Out alive and I want to keep Tinkaton alive. And there's no way they just let me, yeah, they're not gonna let me just hit into that slot. Okay, so double protect. Which makes sense. To here I could Rage Powder and try and Trick Room. I don't know how well I do into Mega Floette, Dazzling Gleam. I imagine not great. I might be able to take it actually. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Rage Powder and Trick Room. If it clicks Moonblast, I'm definitely dead, actually. I switch in, oh, timed out. Well, that was really bad. Yeah, that was a really bad turn to time out on. I did not have enough time to think about that. So I think they're gonna Gleam and Helping Hand Gleam, okay. I think this KOs. Yeah, okay. That's not ideal, but it's like kind of okay, I guess. Because I have Fake Out active for Camerupt, although I could just double protect. But they're not going to be able to KO Camerupt with anything here. So I am actually just going to Gigaton Hammer into this slot and Mega Evolve and Earth Power here. I still don't know what they'd have in the back. I assume this is a double protect. I positioned really poorly right there. I guess if I double target the Raichu slot, maybe I'm in good shape. I'm still not in a bad spot really, because I'm gonna get a lot of damage in here. I'm just gonna Oko, because I got a crit, which is really good for me. Okay, that crit was huge. I can't use Gigaton Hammer here, which is fine. I'm going to Encore here and I think Heat Wave. I think this makes the most sense, because if they click Fake Out into Camera Up, I get them Encore, and then it's 2v1. I guess Raichu could have Surf, Fake Out, Electric, Protect. Yeah, Surf would be annoying. Okay. Okay, I should be okay here. So I kind of figured they'd have Chilling Water. I could have protected, I guess, but this makes it a 2v1, essentially. And I don't think Floette is ever getting through Tinkaton. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play rough here to bait out the Protect. Because they know Gigaton Hammer is active right now. So I assume they're going to protect, bait out my Gigaton Hammer. I can't Gigaton Hammer the next turn. I don't want them getting the damage boost from Helping Hand. I think the most Moonblast can do is just, with Helping Hand, is just over 50%. So I think as long as I don't get 2 Helping Hand Moonblasts into me, I should be okay. So yeah, in the builder, I saw Chilling Water obviously on Floette. I do survive it, and they don't protect, which is smart, I think. Moonblast is the best attack they have. As long as I hit here, the next one should not KO. Okay. That kind of hurts. I think this does KO now. It's probably a roll. Gigaton Hammer always KOs. So as long as this doesn't KO, which I'm at 81, it says guaranteed. If they're max, which I'm pretty sure they are. That did like 90. Okay, the player of missing sucked. I guess I got lucky with... I need to stop missing 90% moves. I missed Matcha Gotcha last week to lose game 1. I need to not tilt, I guess. Man. Okay, so same general idea. I could have just targeted Tinkaton, or I could have targeted Floette a lot more aggressively that game. I was playing very passively, which he took advantage of. I don't know why he's backing out. Yeah, I don't think without the helping hand he could have killed me. Alright, so same idea here. I got the crit on Azumarill, which is lucky, so... I think... Man, I want to do the same lead, but... So what do I do if he leads with... I really want to just run it back again. I don't think Primarina, unless I can get a Calm Mind up, I guess, is very good. Azu under Trick Room is very annoying to deal with. Maybe bring Primarina instead of Sinistcha. If I can get a Calm Mind up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with these four. That'll help against Azu. I don't think they'll let me encore them again. So yeah, I guess the crit Earth Power is probably just as more impactful maybe. Although I had Rage Powder the following turn available. Timing out was bad. Although I don't know what I would have done there. Because I didn't really have like a great pivot or anything like that available. Okay, so they changed up the leads. They want these two. So I am actually just going to play rough this slot, and I am going to just Thunderbolt here. They could Rain Dance, I guess, and Oko Oranguru, and then they have access to Aqua Jet. But I need to deal with this Sableye. And I don't want to set Trick Room in front of their Azu either. I'm totally fine with that. And they do live, which sucks. Okay, I can take that pretty comfortably. Yeah, it's a good hit. Another crit. I like critting this mon apparently, which is good for me. So here, I'm gonna Gigaton Hammer into the slot here. And I'm gonna go ahead and Thunderbolt the Sableye just because I want it dead. I don't know what Gigaton Hammer does into Azu. 60% for like max HP, so this should KO. Sure. Oh, this is great. Okay, so their Pelipper's down. Okay, so there you have a little bit of bull. Just gonna honk for that slot. And Thunderbolt. You gotta think that their last mon is gonna be Primarina. Or Floette, I mean. And not Raichu. They get Aqua Jet here, I guess. That'd be their way around Encore. But getting Encore into Aqua Jet's not great for them either. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they're targeting down Tinkaton. Yeah, they're aggressively targeting down Tinkaton. Okay, live. But now I definitely want to get Trick Room up. Because there are, I mean, they're locked into. Okay, you did go into Floette. Right, I think I get Trick Room up. I'm gonna switch into Sinistcha. Yeah, I'm gonna switch into Sinistcha. And go for the Trick Room. I feel like to go for Dazzling Gleam or Aqua Jet into Tinkaton. It's not as much health as I'd like. So I think I'd survive Gleam plus Jet. I don't know, it's close. Oh, I should, yeah. Okay, easy. Okay, cool. So now I feel like it's Matcha Gacha. Sableye in the back. Probably just instruct that, to be honest. Let's try and get damage down into. No, let's just instruct it. They might KO a Oranguru, but I think that's okay. Yeah. Oops, forgot turn order. That is a very split F. Okay, Oranguru going down here is probably good for me. Okay, there's their light screen wearing off. Okay, that's big. Right, so I'm not worried about Aqua Jet. I don't want to Calm Mind because like if I get locked into that, that could be bad for me. I still have Tinkaton in the back, but how many turns of Trick Room? 3 turns? They're still Encore for 1 more turn, so they could switch out. I'm gonna get 1 Calm Mind up here. The light screen's gone, so if they stay in... Although I could get Encore here, which would be really bad, obviously. I kind of regret that. Yeah, I think that's actually how I could lose. Oh no, I can Rage Pad that way. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I hit Matcha Gacha. That takes out Azu. I still have enough turns of Trick Room left. I have to Rage Powder here. Because of the potential for Encore. And then I guess I'll Hyper Voice this turn. Because yeah, Encore would still wreck me. I did not Fake Out, which was, I guess, kind of the other concern. Yep, okay. Close. Okay, now I think I sack Tinkaton here. Oh, I don't have a choice, okay. And there's 2 turns of Trick Room left? Just 1? Okay. So I go into Tinkaton. I probably Fake Out Calm Mind. Doesn't matter. I think I just attack. This Moonblast isn't going to kill me from here unless they get a crit. Yeah. I don't want to Gigaton Hammer to protect. Okay, so then I Gigaton Hyper Voice. Or Moonblast, it doesn't really matter. Probably should just Moonblast. It's not like I'm keeping, like maintaining information. I have to go for a Gleam, I have to hope for a crit, I guess. On Primarina, is their only out? Okay, so the Rage Powder helped with the Encore. It being Encore is annoying. Alright, so no crit here. Okay, good. Alright, back to 1-1. Wonder what would be the mode that would let me keep. I wonder if I can get a Calm Mind up right away with Primarina. Like, I don't think Corviknight's any good. I don't wanna run Corviknight here. I don't think I want to lead Tinkaton. I want to leave these 2 and have Tinkaton. I leave these 2. No, I think I want Fake Out still. I'm gonna go back to these 4. But I'm gonna more aggressively protect Tinkaton, I think. Okay, so no timeout, so definitely not locked into the top 4. Alright, so I think the game plan here is I'm gonna watch out for Raichu. Okay, he went with this lead. He gets an Intimidate down. What if I just do this? Okay, so he's got Intimidate. Okay, so double Intimidate, that's fine. He doesn't have huge power now, though. I guess I should have just ignored it. Ow. Okay, so I can go to Tinkaton. I can very safely Trick Room. I can take out this slot. Sure. Okay, so he does have huge power. What moves does Weird Deer get? Lunge. I think you just have to try and attack and break through this. Survive that, unless they crit. That's resisted. Defense boost is fine. Ah, the 1%. All right, that kind of sucks. not want to see a wide guard there. I'm not intimidated. Okay. Alright, we're still in okay-ish position here. No idea how much damage this Earth Power does. I think I might have needed to go for the Matcha Gotcha. Because I don't know if this is going to be enough damage. And they did wide guard. Did survive. I hope they target Camel here. They did. Did survive. You still got so many Mons though. I don't think I've got enough here. Floettes, huh? Last turn of rain. What is this doing to Floette? Not enough, I assume? Jeez. Yeah, not enough. Need a crit, I think. Oh no! Oh. God damn it! These joysticks. I gotta use the D-pad, not the joystick. God damn it! I don't think that mattered. Protect, yeah, did not matter. Okay. I missed anyway, okay. Yeah, did not matter. That was goofy. Where did I go wrong in that last game? I needed to keep Tinkaton alive. The skill stop was cool. If I had led Sinistcha, could have pretty easily redirected it. I was last turn to trick him too. Yeah, I don't think I had an out. So there was power self-target didn't ultimately matter. But yeah, I don't think I had an out. I got to tweak some things on this team for sure. Yeah, I think I needed to game 3. I needed to, gosh, I don't know. I mean, the Weirdeer Azumarill lead with skill swap for Intimidate was really cool. If I Rage Powder, I don't know what I would have Rage Powder though. I guess if I led like Sinistcha Camerupt, I would Rage Powder, but into like Pelipper, I was never gonna do that. Sinistcha Primarina, maybe a Rage Powder and Calm Mind would have been huge for me, but Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done against that lead. All right, well, that'll be it for this week. Gonna do some tweaks to the team for sure. But thanks for watching.